Brees as he starts.
Any questions?
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I just got a little voice. I get this once or twice a year.
How much of a motivation is what happened 16, 17 days ago against the Falcons? I mean, with a room of professionals, is that still motivation what happened then?
Honestly, I think we're playing for a chance to win the division. And to do that on Thanksgiving is earlier than we've done it ever before here. I honestly think the focus is on this game. I don't think there's that payback or any. Those guys played well and beat us, and that's our league sometimes. And we didn't play well enough, but credit them. And so the focus this week with 3 days is quickly putting together the plan and the details as to how we're going to play this game. It's a divisional game. It's an important game for us. And how do we get our 10th win? That's really the truth.
Sean, I know you were asked about this on the radio last Friday, but
Officiating.
no, not that one. The other, the Michael Thomas MVP candidacy, and obviously I know you don't want to make a case for this year, but just the idea, were you surprised to hear a receiver had never won that award?
No, I mean, look, it typically goes to, quarterback or running back, and those are important for the players. There's a ton of guys that are playing extremely well. Every year there are. And fortunately, we've got one who's playing extremely well, and he's on our team. So I think the focus, and Michael would say the same thing, is on winning and being a part of, being a part of a championship team. That's the goal. And the other things, kind of you can't control.
Obviously, the word value is in that award. I mean, do you ever remember any offensive playmaker and any offensive coach that has taken such a big chunk of the production like he does on such a consistent basis?
I haven't looked at it. He's played exceptionally well for us, and I'm proud of him. And he's competitive, and I know how he prepares each week, and that's as much as I've really looked at it.
Sean, there seems to be more of a groundswell of people complaining about officiating in general. I mean, fan bases and coaches. Is it time that maybe, and obviously after the season, to look at blowing the whole thing up, about part-time officials and the way accountability is given up? Is it gotten to the point where it's maybe a problem for the league and has to be addressed in a big way?
Well, look, again, it's something that the league will decide, and I'm sure there'll be certain things that they want to change and things they want to improve on. Again, we're so immersed in what we're doing right now that over the years you get a little bit more conditioned to burn your energy on the things that you can control that affect your team right now. To your point, though, I think that you're going to see more and more full-time officials. I mean, it's hard to do their job. It's a hard job because of the speed, camera angles now, technology now, and You know, you'll see, we're seeing a younger group of officials now. You know, referees we've not had yet. You know, usually we have a 3-year history, 8-year, 10-year history. We're seeing, you know, a handful of guys that we've not, you know, worked with yet. So that's part of that period, and I'm sure we'll continue as a league to work to improve those things.
I mean, is that something that you might want to help push for?
Well, look, right now I'm not. I mean, we're trying to prepare a short week, and look, my immediate concern is how we're getting called. You know, how do we correct some of these things? You know, how do we clean up some of those things?
Sean, was there you were growing up watching football, was there any particular player that you idolized, made you kind of get interested in the game more?
I'm going to date myself. So I grew up as an old 49er fan, so it was John Brodie, Gene Washington, Vic Washington, Tommy Hart, Jimmy Johnson, Ted Kwolek. Mike's dad was the head coach. And the only reason was because I was born there, and my dad took us to the games when I was little. And so when you move, you just kind of root for whoever your dad's rooting for. You don't know any better. But those were the initial teams that I remember.
You went to the park in Golden Gate?
Caesars.
What's that?
Kezar Stadium.
Yeah. You went there when Jim Marshall had a lot.
Kezar Stadium is where Dirty Harry shot the guy in the knee.
Good way to end that.
Thanks.